Stang checking back in, though. They'll have the starters back in, and then they're going to be pounding it inside in the second quarter.
We're going to get back to our pregame interview with head coach of the Stanwood Spartans, Zach Ward, and we'll be back with second quarter action on STSPN.com.
Dunks in a JV game, let alone a varsity game, a JV game.
I was going to say on our walk over here, I don't think I've ever seen back-to-back dunks in a varsity game. I'm not sure if I've seen 2 dunks in a JV game, but I know I've never seen them back-to-back.
And your big Stang, 6'8", you guys drive it down the middle. Your defense has been, Thayer, we talked about him, causing a lot of turnovers this year.
Yeah.
Defense, offense, would you say you got a strength, a weakness, or you're all around?
Well, I think one of our strengths is that the kids are excited to play defense. I think a lot of times that message is hard to get across to kids at any level, let alone high school. And I've got a group of kids that really buys into it, really buys into the stuff that we run defensively, and they're excited every day for our half hour, 40 minutes of defensive drills. They get after it.
Excellent. A good one tonight. Stanwood Spartans, 12-0, right?
That's right.
12-0 against Glacier Peak, 4-1 in the league. I think 9-1, 9-2, or something like that. Anyway, it's coming up next. 9-2. Thank you, John McClain. That's coming up right next. STSPN.com. Back here, second quarter action. Scott Oshman, John McClain. You saw Brady Southern take it to the rack hard. And that's going to be the second foul on Big Stang. Drew Stang, again, we talked about him, the 6'8 senior. Apparently getting some looks. Fourth team foul now for both clubs.
But he's back on the bench.
And that's a great sign for Glacier Peak Grizzly fans. Brady Southern can't get that one to go. But he does get the first one.
Ty Chelsvik in.
Ty been just a journeyman all season long. Doesn't have a ton of points, but boy, he does the dirty work, the lunch pail, everything, right?
Oh, absolutely. Works hard. A lot of defensive struggling for Ty Chelsvik. He'll score when you need him to. Yeah. Somebody get on that kid.
Zip with his third 3-ball tonight.
He's making it look easy.
9 points in the early going for Mr. Zip.
The only time he gets in the paint is on defense.
Chelsvik from the free throw line. Southern there for the putback.
Get that kid a broom. He's just cleaning up inside.
7 points.
Sweeping it.
Brady doing a good job tonight. 18-10. Stanwood on top. Just second quarter, 6:48 left. Great no-look into Roberson. Can't handle it. Rebound by Chelsvik. Neal now.
Look at Garcia with the pressure, right? He and Thayer just tag teaming it, just switching off on the ball.
Again, a tactic we've seen over the years on Glacier Peak. Turnaround jumper from the free throw from the stripe for Chelsvik.
If you watch these kids, Thayer and Garcia, their heads are just on swivels, man. They are constantly scanning, looking for a pick.
Chelsvik draws the foul. Roberson takes him. 5 team fouls now for Glacier Peak. First one for Chelsvik.
Hunter got the GP kids on a rotation because they're working hard on defense right now.
I was going to say, one tactic, again, you play GP, is you make those guards, you make them work, and there's Thayer for 3.
Boy, if they all start hitting, it'll be impossible to catch them.
Boy, oh boy, 21-10 now. So you make these GP players work. Hunter usually does not use a lot of his bench, although Dekwa in number 2 had the ball over to Chambers back up top.
Yeah, he's going to have to with as hard as they're running right now.
Chelsvik, nice give and go between Brady and him. Now he drives in hard and he finishes. Ty Chelsvik finally getting a reward for the work.
Very smart. He noticed he had a nice height advantage there, so he just took him to the hole. That's a heads-up play.
5:27. Garcia in low. And that will do it, and that's Chaplik.
That's good passing. Nice ball movement by Stanwood.
Chaplik, a junior.
he didn't have to do much except for hold his position and get the ball off quick once he got open.
23-12. Neal with the three off the front rim, but Chelsvik there to put it right back. 4 quickly for Ty Chelsvik.
GP with a little comeback here. Let's see if they can keep it going.
9 points
Zip
the difference.
from the
Zip from that corner. He hasn't been there. Big rebound by Southern. Chambers
Almost loses the ball.
driving 1 against 2, lays it in. Oh, circles out, and Brady and Roberson are tied up. Brady Southern. Stanwood ball on possession.
Brady got to fix his hair tie after that one. Keep that shaggy mane out of his eyes.
Boy, Wheaties this morning for Mr. Southern, the junior quarterback. His father sitting to our left.
There for 3. Nails it.
And
he's
one. The quad.
Ugh. That
Boy.
hurts.
Ron Henthorne keeping some stats. First quarter, Stanwood 6 for 15. Glacier Peak 3 for 14. In this second quarter, 40% though. It's 40% for Stanwood. Only 20% for GP as Thayer's at the line to make it 4, and he does.
Stanwood getting higher percentage looks at the hoop, though. They were getting some easy buckets. GP a little off, everything contested, so a lot harder to get the ball in when you're not shooting as high a percentage shot.
Free throws, we talked about that JV game. Again, Glacier Peak hanging in there, but boy, the free throws killed them at the end. Stanwood made them. Glacier Peak didn't. Deckwell, long range. Bob Roberson there for the rebound. Off to the races is Thayer.
Deckwell, a little uncharacteristic. He's a good shooter.
And Garcia drives hard, but he's met by Chelsvik at the end of the road.
Yeah, Chelsvik blocked that shot. I think Brady might have fouled it.
And
they're calling it on Chelsvik, though.
Chai's second tonight, been kind of stumbled by foul trouble throughout the year.
Guffey coming back in. Well, he gets into foul trouble because he gets those hard defensive assignments,
He's always down in the trenches. Southern's going to take a well-deserved rest. Garcia hit that.
I mean, he really should be a small forward, guard, but he's down there playing with the big boys all the time.
Yeah, it's tough down in the paint. 29-14 now, the lead extended here for the Spartans. Zip
with the pick.
Back to Garcia.
And
Chambers.
Did you see Garcia at half court wait for that ball so he didn't get the over and back ball?
And what a great look. Way from outside. Near side, he finds Drew Wright, the senior, just in the ball game, right underneath, puts it off the glass and in, an easy bucket, and that's going to have a timeout for Glacier Peak.
If Garcia would have done what most kids would have done and stuck their hand out and touched that ball, it would have been over and back. But he waited, got both feet down on the opposite side of the stripe, and then didn't touch the ball. I mean, that's some heads-up play.
Heady.
Yes.
Heady up in Stanwood is what they like to say.
These kids have some really good basketball IQ.
Trey Chambers 0 for 5 on our count, unofficial stats. Again, hitting 5 3-balls last week at Getchell, 21 points. Ty can't find the rhythm or the range.
You can't get Chambers scoring. It does not bode well for GP. We love to use that word bode.
We like the word bode. Chambers coming in. He had 21, like I said, against Getchell. Again, scoring, if you go down Glacier Peak, Nick Allen, the senior, 6'5", 7, just a little over 7 a game. Then you go to Neal, averaging 9 points. Southern just under 8. Again, we talked to Coach Brian Hunter. We'll play that interview at halftime. He said you got to spread the offense. He said, I'd like to.
Yeah, the kids have to step up if you're going to spread the offense. They have to want to score.
3:44 left in the first half here. Glacier Peak trying to keep it close. 31-14, had it within 9. Neal from down off the 3 there, no good. Can't find the range.
Yeah, a lot of scoring is just confidence to shoot the ball, and sometimes it's hard to be that confident when you're 17, 18 years old, right?
Hard to be confident at any age, but absolutely. Thayer doesn't like it. Back outside to Roberson. Zip, who has been just tremendous from outside, had to respect it. Drove the lane. He'll get called for the charge.
Zip's full of confidence.
He is. Guffey doing a great job sliding over. Even Justin the hitman Guffey that time taking a hit.
That's hard to do. You know, I always find myself getting out of the way, but that's because I'm an old man and don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, me too. I'm always getting out of the way of anything.
I'm more like a bullfighter trying to do some sort of ole move.
Chores, I'm getting out of the way of chores. Any hard thinking, I get out of the way.
The only thing I hit hard is the couch.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to. Second foul on Zip if you're playing at home. Now Glacier Peak in the bonus 7. 5 team fouls on the Spartans, 2:49 left in the first half.
Brady looking at the 3 ball.
Everybody's looking at the 3. Neal negotiates, drives, left hand can't finish, but there's Chelswick for the rebound. And Wright is going to get called for the foul, and he'll send Ty to, no, that's not in the shooting. Didn't know if they were going to call that in the act of shooting, but
No, he wasn't going up.
Glacier Peak's ball. Chelswick back outside. Chambers scoreless so far. Chambers going to take Thayer. He's got some size.
Yeah, needs to post him up. That wouldn't be a bad move. Get some of the guards to post some of these Stanwood guards up down low.
All this 31-14 without their stud Stang. And there's Chambers, finally finds the range from downtown, his first 3.
That might be lucky for GP if they can get Chambers back in the scoring regime. They could probably close this gap a little bit. He just needs to get his confidence back.
Chambers will keep shooting, a very good shooter. Been very consistent this year, right out front. 14 on the shot clock, minute 53. Garcia! Oh my goodness, the 3 ball running rampant for the Spartans.
Everybody's doing it, Scott, at least on the Stanwood team.
Yeah.
Coach has got the green light out.
Guffey down low to Chambers, fronts Thayer, gets in trouble, another turnover for Glacier Peak.
Thayer just right up in Chambers' shorts. I mean, it is in his grill. And you can't get around that kid either. He moves his feet so well.
Chaplick did a nice job coming over, recognizing that Chamber was in a little bit of trouble. Chambers going to get called for the reach as Mo lights him up. He does not like the call, Mr. McLean.
Mo right on top of that one, though. It looked clean to me. Must have got some hand or arm after the hit, but looked like he had all ball. Of course, my eyes are old, not that good.
Well, that's why I've got the $8 trillion progressive lenses.
Yes, enhancements.
Thayer hits that one as Glacier Peak in the bonus now. That was the 8th team foul.
35-17, Stanwood on top.
9 points as he drops that for Josh Thayer.
We got a minute 17 left in the half.
That was 2 fouls on Trey Chambers as Neal brings it up, and it's, boy, they make you work for every inch of the court. Chelswick 1-on-2, right hand, no good. Rebound by Southard, back up, no good. And Wright with the rebound, but he travels. And Mo right there. Wright wants the foul. Mo said, I don't care, son. You walk with the ball.
Yeah. Mo right on top of it, though. He's in the mix.
The traveling Spartan fans not happy with that call. Rare turnover. Now Chelswick.
Scoops up the loose ball.
53 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Errant pass over to Guffey. Sang is off him. There's going to be a conversation between Todd Weber and Mo. And it's going to be GP ball.
So how do you tell those two refs apart? They're surprisingly similar.
I have seen Mo several times, and thanks to, there's a off-ball foul.
Illegal screen.
It's on Brady. That's his first foul tonight, 9th on Glacier Peak. But as a backcourt, is that why they're not going to the line, John?
Yeah. Well,
Thayer.
it's not on the ball. It's a foul off the ball.
Thayer finally misses from behind the arc off to Neal. Neal dribbling in a tremendous amount of traffic.
He was in a sea of red. Couldn't find any place to get the ball. Couldn't get rid of the ball either.
Chaplik going to get called for the foul for Stanwood in their traveling red uniforms. Chaplik at 6'3", junior. His first foul tonight.
Yeah.
Neal drops that.
This Stanwood team too. They got it. One freshman in the varsity team. Lots of juniors, couple sophomores, but then their JV team looks great. I mean,
yes, it does.
They're just flush with talent coming up.
Boy, we saw talk about freshmen. Had a dunk for Spartans in the JV game. You can see that on STSBN.com or YouTube channel.
An amazing exchange.
14 left on the shot clock, or the game clock here in the first half. 36-18. The Spartans now tossing it around.
Yep.
Thayer. Garcia launches, no good. Brady tips it to Chelsvik, looking for somebody down court. No one there, and the time expires.
18-36. Stanwood getting it done. GP unable to get it going on the offensive end.
We'll try and see some stats at halftime here. 36-18. That's why they're 12-0. That's why they're a top 10 team in the state. And what we'll see, though, halftime, Glacier Peak, they might find the rhythm and make this a game.
And really, Stanwood getting it done without the big guy. Drew Stang spent most of the half on the bench.
He did. 6 points for the 6'8 senior. 2 fouls sat him down. Same thing, Roberson only has 3. But the difference right now, Josh Thayer and Ian Zip. 3 3-balls for Zip, 2 for Thayer. Just drilling it from outside.
Yeah, amazing. They look really good. Heads up, excellent ball skills. Really headsy players, too.
We'll be back, but enjoy our pregame interview with head coach of Glacier Peak, Brian Hunter. We'll be back a few minutes before the second half. You're watching Glacier Peak basketball on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Scott Oshman along with head coach here at Glacier Peak, Brian Hunter. Brian, how are you tonight?
Doing well.
Good. You got a tall task, and almost literally 6'8", Stang, and the Stanwood Spartans come in 12-0. What's the secret sauce here to get a win tonight?
Wow. It's probably limit them to tough shots, limit them to one shot, and then we need to get great shots on our end of the floor. So, it's every possession, one possession at a time. You need to be there. You need to hang around. So, they haven't had a lot of close games this year, so that's important to make it a difficult game and give yourself a chance.
Do you think you can pressure this senior-led backcourt of Stanwood? That is something you guys pride yourself on in defensive pressure, full, half, quarter.
We'll probably try. I don't know how well it'll work. They've got a 4-year starter in Thayer. He might be, I think he's the only one in the area besides Todd that's a 4-year starter, so kind of tells you what kind of player he is. He's a pretty special player. They're a tough team to trap and to get out of their game just because they are schooled really well. They're 12-0 for a reason. I've thought all along it's a top 5 team in the state. That's a team that should bring home a trophy. They haven't done it for a while, but Stanwood should play on Saturday at the state tournament. That's how good they are.
How are you going to get more kids involved in the offense? Obviously, Trey Chambers kind of leading. You got Brady Southern. Luke Neal's come up, probably more points than maybe you imagined in the start of the year. How do you spread that offense? It's not that you don't. Nick Allen's come in good, but is that anything you're trying to work on or no?
Well, you're always trying to, but it's not like, you can't tell a kid to go score. They have to go score. It's not that simple. So, a lot of it is our kids getting confidence to shoot the basketball. But the reality of it is the kids are in position to do something. They really need to do it. As coaches, you can't go out there and put the ball in the hole for them. But we've got kids that can shoot, kids that can score. It's kind of one of those things where sometimes the kids that that feel like they can get it done end up shooting more. It's a mental side of the game that is undervalued, but that's a huge part of the game is guys that think they can score generally score.
We'll see how much they can score tonight here in the Cave. The Spartans, Stanwood against Glacier Peak coming up on STSPN.